argument for the existence of God based on miracles essentially says that events have happened in the real world that are without explanation either by natural laws or by science. These miracles occur and seem to point to a divine being who has caused them. One of the primary examples we have of this is the New Testament, in which we see miracles of healing, we see the raising of the dead, and we see the resurrection of Jesus Christ. So all these events do not have, or all these events lack any kind of natural mechanism by which they might have occurred, and they are believed to be miracles because there is no other explanation for their occurrence. The arguments against those things being miracles are by people like David Hume, who said that miracles just simply don't happen, they're not a natural sort of thing, and that we should never actually trust that a miracle has occurred because of all the times that there haven't been miracles. But people who believe in miracles counter with the idea that if God has created the universe out of nothing and has brought all the things together to give us the world that we have now, then it is not unreasonable that that same God could intervene in human history to perform miracles, particularly when those miracles are a verification of something that is being taught or shown to us by God. A number of theologians and philosophers have endorsed the idea that miracles are evidence of God's existence, among them Thomas Aquinas, C.S. Lewis, William Lane Craig, and Richard Swinburne. Another interesting testimony in regard to miracles are those miracles which have had multiple people who have witnessed them, many who have gone on to take great risk to relay information about the miracles. Paul tells us that more than 500 people saw the risen Christ after he had been crucified. And of course, we know that many of those people went on to risk their lives to proclaim the message of the risen Christ. So when you have multiple people who observe miracles and they are consistent in what it is that they're saying, then that is good reason to recognize that something has happened far out of the ordinary and requiring some concept of divine intervention. Miracles not only testify to God and to his interaction, but they also strengthen people because people are then focused on God, realizing that he has intervened and that he can be trusted. So David Hume, one of the strongest critics, basically said that miracles simply don't happen, that people's testimony is unreliable, and it's always more likely that a miracle didn't happen. But people's testimony isn't always wrong, and God uses miracles to confirm what he has been teaching or what he has been showing people. And those miracles, when they're witnessed by a large number of people, indicate that God has been in the process of doing something. So miracles or supernatural events like those that are described in the Old and the New Testament can be signs that God exists. The resurrection of Jesus is a tremendous illustration demonstrating that the natural world really isn't all there is and that God can intervene in ways that go beyond science. Philosophers like Thomas Aquinas, C.S. Lewis, William Lane Craig, and others believe that miracles are evidence of God's existence. And even though there are critics to that position, the fact of the matter is that many Christian theologians and ministers believe that miracles are supported by historical evidence and that they make a strong case for God.